Street Fighter V is the latest entry into the Street Fighter series and is developed by Capcom. The title features 16 characters at launch, with several popular faces returning, like Ryu, Ken, and Chun-Li. Also included are 4 characters from the series that were absent in Street Fighter IV, namely Karin, Birdie, Nash, and Armika. And finally, there are 4 completely new characters that were added, with those being Nikali, Rashid, Laura, and Fong. Capcom plans to add more fighters in the form of DLC throughout the game's lifespan, and they have stated that there won't be any other forms of the game like a Super or Ultra Edition. The DLC characters will be purchasable with real money as well as an in-game currency referred to as fight money. Fight money is earned primarily by playing through the single-player content, such as the story mode as well as survival. Outside of that, each win and rank play nets you 50 fight money. With each DLC character being priced at 100,000 fight money, earning them through online play alone will be a daunting task. In order to make the game more appealing to those unfamiliar with fighting games, combos have been made much simpler to perform in comparison to Street Fighter IV. Gone are 1-frame links, with the tightest links being 3 frames. To the uninitiated, this basically means that chaining attacks and combos is much less difficult, so players can focus more on the fundamentals as opposed to grinding out combos in training mode. There are various tools available within the game that allows players to up their game. Obviously a training mode is available, and it has multiple options to practice various situations. You are able to record actions for the dummy CPU to perform, like a jump and attack to learn how to efficiently anti-air. Up to 5 actions can be recorded, and if multiple recordings are active, the CPU will choose between them at random. Also, replays are available on the servers for every single match that is played. This allows you to look up top players and view their replays to learn how to play specific characters and learn matchups. New to Street Fighter V is the V-Gauge. Tied to this meter are 3 abilities: V-Skill, V-Reversal, and V-Trigger. All 3 of these are unique to every single character, but the V-Skill will charge your V-Gauge, while V-Reversal consumes 1 bar of that meter to allow you to get out of pressured situations, and V-Triggers consume a full meter for a unique ability that helps to turn the tide. For example, Vega's V-Skill gives him invulnerability frames and the ability to follow that up with a counterattack. His V-Reversal causes him to perform a backflip to create space between him and his opponent. And finally, his V-Trigger tosses a projectile followed with a dashing claw attack, which can be comboed into. On the other hand, Zangief's V-Skill allows him to absorb attacks, while his V-Reversal has him flexing to knock his opponent back. And his V-Trigger causes him to spin wildly, sucking in enemy combatants, which can be followed up with a variety of other attacks. Also new to the series are crush counters. Hitting your opponent with specific heavy attacks while they are attacking will cause them to go into an increased hit stun state. During this state, you are able to link moves together that would normally be impossible, leading to high damage combos. The primary criticism thrown at Street Fighter V is its lack of single-player content. Arcade mode, a common feature in the series, is oddly absent from the title. The story mode that is available is very lackluster, containing some laughably poor art, and can be completed in around an hour. And finally, the survival mode is a grind for unlockable colors where the CPU is brain dead, up until the last few matches where they become Daigo Umehara. So yes, the criticism is there, and it is valid. However, the bulk of a fighting game is in its competitive mode, which Street Fighter V nails. The game overall feels very balanced between the 16 characters, and more importantly, the game puts its focus on fighting game fundamentals. The real problem with the game are mostly online issues. When you have a good connection with your opponent, the netcode is wonderful and doesn't even feel as if you're playing online. However, if the connection has hiccups, it's a different story altogether. The way the game deals with lag can be infuriating, as it causes the other player to teleport around, making it incredibly difficult to play. To make matters worse, this lag is often completely one-sided. Additionally, there is currently no penalty for disconnecting, causing some players to rage quit when they're about to lose. If Capcom can solve these issues, then the game would become infinitely better. In conclusion, the base game for Street Fighter V is a spectacular fighting game, even for those that are completely new to the genre. If you're turned off by the lack of single-player content, then chances are the game would have not been worth it for you either way, as fighting games aren't exactly played for anything but the competitive aspects. If you're looking for a new fighting game that will almost certainly be around for many years to come, then Street Fighter V is a good option without doubt.